Hi everyone, this is Sanjana from Mockat, and I'm continuing our Ask Us Anything series where we address all the doubts that you have beyond prep. So if you have any questions, do put it in the comments and we'll answer it as soon as possible. Now today's video is actually inspired by a couple of questions that we've received in the comments. The first was a query about what is the percentile required for some of the newer IIMs. And the second query was about is it worth it or should you prepare for IIMs if there is a gap year? How will that impact the selection? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about what are the MBA colleges that you should ideally target if you're going for an Indian MBA, and what should you do to prepare, and what are the things that count and things that don't. Now, if you want to do an MBA in India, everyone can do it provided you have UG. There's no dearth of B schools in India. But of course, we are typically considering the top B schools. Now, if you want to know which are the top B schools, just head on to mockat.com. You can just click on info zone and top B schools, and here you have, what we consider the best of the best and the next set and so on, right? Now, these top B schools, the IIMs and some of the others, they are typically tougher to get into. There'll be an initial shortlisting, typically with the national level entrance test, and then there will be a final selection as well. So now you might be wondering, are national level exams such as CAT or XAT tougher than state level exams? And if yes, is it worth it to spend time and effort and prepare? Should we put in that, extra 1 year? Or, should we make our life a little difficult where, along with our college or our work, we are preparing a lot for CAT and perhaps even, spending money and going for guided coaching? And it's also not just about, national versus state level exams. There are national level exams which are, easier than CAT, XAT, and, maybe SNAP and NMAT. Typically, these are the 4 exams that I recommend for everyone. So is it worth it to prepare for these? And if yes, what are the B schools and what are the exams that you should target? Now, there are hundreds of colleges aside from the IIMs and IITs also, which take the CAT score. So which are the ones that you should be targeting? What I would recommend is that you should target the top B schools. And by this, I mean the top 40 or 50 B schools where you have 100% placements and your average starting salary is somewhere at least at 10 to 12 lakhs per year. And of course, the top 10 would be ahead of 30 lakhs per year. And it's not just about the salary. Why you should target these top B schools is you get a great learning experience there, classes, a lot of other initiatives, you're studying with some of India's best students. Of course, the placements, we already spoke about it, and these would also be senior roles along with the high salary and the complete placements. If you have an MBA from a top B school, there's a lot of respect that you get in the corporate world. And even if you want to have your own startup, it matters, right? So one is the learning, but aside from that, there's a lot of support for your startup that you could get from a top B school, and your credentials will also really help, right? So in terms of getting investors, getting meetings, things like that would become a lot easier. And the same thing happens even when you're working in a job. You get a really good network. So I'm from IIM Lucknow, so I've had a lot of seniors in all the companies that I've worked in, who are from either IIM Lucknow or other top IIMs, and that's something which really helps. Now, don't get it wrong. You have to do the work. You have to crack the interview. You have to do well. But definitely, there's a lot of value in having a lot of senior people wherever you're working and having that brand of an IIM or any other top B school. Now, this is the minimum that you should target. Ideally, I would suggest that you target the best of the best, right? So whether it's the top IIMs, ABC, and then of course LKI and IIM Mumbai now, then you have FMS, you have SPJ and XLRI. So bunch of these, right? What we've sort of classified as the A++ B schools. So why should you be targeting these, top 5 or top 10 B schools? So the placements definitely are much better. There are a lot of companies who say, I'll only come to ABC or I'll only come to the top 5 or top 10. In terms of roles also, say you want to get into investment banking or you want to get into consulting. So investment banking, a lot of banks will come only to ABC or ABCLK and so on and so forth. So that's something which is there. You have a lot more consulting roles, more say marketing roles over sales roles, things like these. And many times the roles themselves are at a higher designation and a higher pay. Sometimes it can also happen that you're doing the same role, right? There could be 2 people, one from a top IIM, one from a lesser but still a good B school, but the salary or the designation could be different. And that's again something which comes with the brand value, and that brand value also leads to a much smoother placement process. So for the top B schools, right, the ones that I was mentioning, there's something called a placement week, right? The entire batch gets placed in about 5 days. If the economy is doing really well, all of them could get placed in about 3 days. That's something I've seen with our own seniors back at IIM Lucknow. Or it could take a little longer if the economy is doing badly, but generally everybody gets placed in about 5 days. So it's a lot less stressful than if your placements are stretched across multiple months, where you're going for multiple processes, and of course that is a stressful and a pretty hectic thing as well. So here it gets done in 5 days because there's a lot of branding that these B schools have. There's a lot of respect that they get from the corporates, and they have a lot of bargaining power as well, right? So the corporates also want to come in and hire people from these B schools. So that's a major advantage that you're getting. And of course, the brand value I already spoke about, and the network as well. So you'll also be known as somebody who's like, from this elite set of B schools. So definitely give it your all. Go for guided coaching if you can. And if you want to prepare with 99.9 plus percentilers, just visit MOCAT, check out our free resources, or just sign up and start your prep right away. And do your best. Make this your goal for the next, as many months as there is to CAT, depending on when you're watching it. And try your best to get in. Now, I'll also quickly answer a few more questions that you might have related to this. So a lot of people have this that oh, I want to target only the top three, like ABC, and that's it. Or I want to target like something like ABCL and FMS or something like that, just the top B schools. So should you do that? I would say yes, you should definitely do it, and it's something which is achievable with proper prep. Now, you do have certain B schools which will focus on things a little bit more than the CAT score. So say I'm Ahmedabad and Bangalore. There is a focus on academics, not a disproportionate focus, but there is a minimum that you need to have in your 10th and 12th for you to get that shortlist. But there are a lot of B schools. So Calcutta, right, the weightage for academics, whether you have 81% or 99%, the score that you get is the same. Take XLRI, right? They only shortlist based on your XAT percentile. So there's a lot of these as well. So there's definitely some B school in the top ones for all of you, right? Even if there's something that you are missing. So it's something which is achievable, but it needs the proper prep, the proper guidance, and a lot of commitment from you, right? You need to make this your goal, and you need to put in the effort and prepare. And if you do that, the rewards, of course, like we just discussed, are disproportionate from a learning as well as from a career perspective. And also remember that for most of these B schools, if not all, the major thing is going to be your CAT score or your OMAT score, right? So yes, you can look to improve your profile. I'll link the video that I've shot on this for you, but make sure to prioritize the prep for CAT. And again, if you want to prep with 99.9 plus percentilers, just jump onto MOCAT, right? Now, is it fine for you to take an extra year to prep? Let's say you've taken CAT, maybe you've even got through an IIM, but it's not, the ones that you were targeting, or some other B school. Is it fine to take an extra year? It's definitely worth it. So let me just give an example, right? Say you're getting into a B school where the average starting salary is 25 lakhs, right? Now, for you to get from 25 lakhs to 34 or 35 lakhs, which is what you have in the top B schools, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years, maybe a little bit more. And if you're getting into a B school where the average starting salary is say 15-20 lakhs, it's going to take even more. So by taking this 1 year to prep, right, purely from a monetary perspective, of course, you're saving yourself many years on the other side once you graduate. But along with that comes a great learning experience, the respect that we spoke of, probably a much better role as well, right? So if someone's getting a higher salary, it's probably because, or it's most likely because it's a much better role or maybe a better company. So taking an extra year to prep, if you can do it, it's definitely worth it. Majority of people in IIMs would have taken CAT twice. So it's not that you're going to be at a disadvantage. And when it comes to either the IIM selecting you or companies, nobody cares if you've taken CAT 2 or 3 times. What they care about is which institute you're in, because that showcases that you are somebody who can stick to a goal, work hard, put in the effort, and get there. And it does take effort, right? As I've already said, it will take time and effort, and it will ideally take the right guidance as well. So definitely go for some form of guided preparation. Now, what if this extra year is a gap year? What if you've taken a break to prep? You're not able to balance, your CAT prep with your studies or work, right? Even then, it's definitely something which is worth it if you're getting into a top B school. Ideally, when it comes to the interviews, you should give a genuine reason, right? Be honest about it. Don't make up something. I've seen a lot of people where they'll say something like, oh, I was sick, to explain a gap year or arrears. It's always best to be honest. That's something which they will appreciate. So if you've taken a year to prepare for UPSC and now you've changed to MBA and you have a good reason, that's perfectly fine. If you didn't get a great CAT score, previous year. So you decided that that's it, you're going to give it your all and you're going to prepare for CAT. That's also fine. You can go for the interview and you can say that, I've taken CAT last year. I didn't get a good score and I decided that, I'm going to put all my eggs into one basket and I'm going to give it my all and prepare. And this year I've got a good percentile of so and so, and that's why I'm here in front of you. They're going to accept this answer and they are not going to reject you. We have had students who've got through top IIMs with, gaps of 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. It is perfectly fine. Having said that, CAT prep is not something which is very hectic, especially if you have the right guidance, the right material. So what I would suggest is at least take up some initiatives, right? So if you are planning to take up a gap year when you're watching this video, or even if you have a few months left, look to maybe take up an internship, look to complete some relevant courses. Even if you do some sort of social outreach, any activities that you are doing where you're showing that you have been active, you don't just have a complete gap, that is definitely something which will help you. And you can also go through the video about boosting your profile that's there in the description and the first pinned comment, and you could take up some of those activities, and that is something which will also help you with your final selection. So hopefully now you have an idea of which are the B schools to target and some of your worries are addressed. Now, if you have any other questions, do put it in the comments and we'll get to it as soon as possible. And start your prep right away. And if you want a free one-on-one session with us, just call the number that's there in the screen in front of you and start off your prep with 99.9 plus percentilers. All the best.